Hi, I'm Jack Lucas, MasterChef Finalist 2014, and welcome back to my new series. In this episode, I'm going to be showing you how to make an epic knockout chocolate fondant, gooey in the middle, crunchy on the outside, with an orange mascarpone cream. The first thing I'm going to do in my fondant is make kind of the cake mixture. So all I need to do is get some butter, equal quantities of butter and chocolate, give it a little break, and in the chunks, just break it in with the butter. Now, it's sat over a pan of sort of barely simmering water. This is called a bain-marie, and it's just there to help the butter and the chocolate slowly melt together and combine. And leave that until it's melted and give it a couple of stirs along the way. So while the chocolate and the butter's melting, all I'm going to do is line the moulds for our fondant. Now, I'm using dariole moulds, which are available in kind of cook shops. Now, all I'm going to do with this is with softened butter, make brush strokes up the inside of the mould, getting a good coverage. Now, this is going to help to ensure that the fondant doesn't actually stick to the moulds at the end, so you can turn it out easily. So complete this with all of your moulds. We're going to line it with sugar as well. So golden caster sugar goes in. You can fill it up as much as you like, it doesn't matter. And then gently, gently turn this. And as you turn it, pour it into your next mould. Get to the end, tap it, and what you get inside is this kind of coated layer of sugar and butter, which is going to prevent, hopefully, the fondant from sticking. So complete this with all of your moulds and then pop them into the fridge just to chill. Right, so this has been on for a couple of minutes, and what you can see is you get this really lovely smooth chocolate mix. It's now time to take it off the heat and just leave it aside just to cool down a little bit. For exact quantities of all the ingredients in this recipe, don't forget to head over to our website. Next step is to beat together some sugar and some eggs. Now, I'm going to use 2 whole eggs and also 2 egg yolks, which is just going to richen it up a bit. Okay, so just with a normal hand whisk, you're just going to whisk this all together until it kind of gets to a stage where it's pale and fluffy. But to add an extra dimension of flavour into there, I'm just going to add in a little bit of vanilla bean paste. We're just going to get this to a stage where really it's quite light and quite fluffy. Before you go to add the flour in, make sure you sift it through. It's quite important that you add it a little bit at a time, just because that makes sure that there are no lumps. Whip this together quite nicely, and this is what you end up with, this thick batter. Now we can add in the chocolate. So, again, a little bit at a time. Remember that if the chocolate sort of comes straight off the heat, it's gonna, in a way, cook these eggs. So that's what's important, to only add little bits at a time. Once that first bit's incorporated, add in the rest. And then give it one final mix. So I'm just gonna pour these and fill the moulds. I'm not gonna fill them all the way to the top. Just leave a little bit of room, just to allow them to rise up a bit. Now, these are great desserts to do at home, especially for dinner parties, because once you get to the stage you're at now, you can actually pop these in the freezer and cook them straight from frozen, or alternatively, leave them in the fridge until you need them later on. So with those done, I'm going to pop them back into the fridge for maybe 10 to 20 minutes, just to firm up a little bit. For the orange mascarpone cream, just going to zest in a whole orange, and that goes into the double cream, which I'm just going to whisk to a soft peak. Add in the Marscapone cheese and the sugar and mix this all together. So that's it done at that consistency. All I'm going to do now is pop it in the fridge until the fondants are ready. Right, these have had 20 minutes firming up in the fridge. Now I'm just going to pop them into an oven for about 10 to 12 minutes at 180 degrees. These have had about 10 to 12 minutes in the oven, and it's now make or break time. This is the point at which you say a little prayer. So lightly with a knife, just prise around the edge, encourage this to come out. So there we have it. There is the chocolate fondant. Pop a little bit of orange on there for good measure. And a lovely spoon of this orange mascarpone cream. But the moment we've all been waiting for is whether or not it's gooey in the middle. So shall we dive in and have a look? I'm a bit nervous. There it is. That's that gooey centre that you're after, running away. That is what you want to see when you're making a fondant. So this is my incredible chocolate fondant with an orange mascarpone cheese. I really hope you enjoyed the recipe, and don't forget, subscribe to our channel and give us a like and leave us a comment.